There are moments in life when everything seems to collapse around you. The walls you trusted, the people you loved, the dreams you once saw shining bright in your eyes. And in those moments, it's easy to think that life is about winning over others, proving yourself to the world, or chasing success in the form of applause. But true victory, the kind that touches your soul, begins the moment you start winning your own inner battles. Life is not a race, it's a journey. And to walk that path with grace, resilience, and purpose, you need rules, not the ones society imposes on you, but the ones you write with your courage, your pain, and your unwavering will to rise. Today, I want to share with you 5 powerful rules that don't just help you win life, they help you truly live it. These are not just rules. These are heartbeats of a journey built through scars, struggles, and strength. Let's begin. Rule number 1, master your mind, or it will master you. The mind is a battlefield, but it is also the birthplace of every possibility you hold within. It whispers stories about who you are, what you can do, and what you are capable of becoming. When left unattended, it breeds doubt, fear, and insecurity. But when nurtured with awareness and intention, it becomes the most powerful tool you'll ever possess. The mind doesn't listen to your words. It listens to your patterns, your thoughts, your inner conversations, and it becomes whatever you keep feeding it the most. There comes a point in life when you realize that the greatest war you will ever fight is not with the world, but with the shadows inside you. Those shadows that tell you that you're not enough, that you're too late, too broken, too weak. But the truth is, the moment you choose to sit quietly with your thoughts, rather than run from them, you begin to take back control. You learn to observe your emotions instead of drowning in them. You recognize that pain doesn't define you, it's a passing wave, and you are the ocean that holds it. Every moment you rise from your negative thoughts, you teach your mind a new story. Every time you resist the urge to shrink in fear and instead speak light over your life, you shape a new narrative. You become the writer, not the victim. And that shift is where your power is born, not in controlling the world around you, but in mastering the world within you. Rule number 2, live with purpose, not just plans. So many people wake up every day and follow a routine that someone else designed for them, a life that looks good on paper, but feels empty inside. They chase jobs, approval, beauty, applause. But deep inside, there's a quiet question echoing through their soul. Why am I really here? Plans can be impressive, but if they are not aligned with purpose, they become just movements without meaning. Purpose isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's a quiet conviction that what you're doing truly matters to someone, even if that someone is just you. Purpose gives life texture. It makes even the hard days bearable and gives meaning to the pain. When you know your why, you no longer break under pressure, you bend with it. You no longer seek validation from the outside because your fulfillment comes from the inside. A purposeful life doesn't mean you will never feel lost. It means that even in the darkest tunnels, you will keep walking because you know your steps are still leading somewhere sacred. And finding that purpose doesn't require perfection. It requires honesty. It asks you to look into your wounds and ask what the world needs that your soul already knows how to give. When your actions are rooted in something deeper than profit or praise, you don't just win in life, you start living it with a light that guides not only you, but others who are still trying to find their way. Rule number 3, choose progress over perfection. There's a silent prison. Many people live inside the obsession with being perfect, the fear of not getting it exactly right, the pressure of presenting a flawless version of life. And yet, it is in the mess, in the mistakes, in the raw and real attempts where transformation actually happens. Perfection is not the goal, progress is. And the truth is, you can't grow if you're too afraid to move. Every step you take, even the shaky ones, count. When you shift your focus from impressing to improving, something changes inside you. You start embracing your flaws instead of hiding them. You learn that vulnerability is not weakness, it's the birthplace of connection and authenticity. You no longer chase impossible standards, but create your own rhythm, your own pace. It's in the small, consistent efforts, not the grand gestures, where real change unfolds. You must allow yourself the grace to be unfinished. You must learn to celebrate your attempts, not just your accomplishments. Because every day that you choose to try again, even when you feel broken, even when you feel tired, you are becoming someone stronger than perfection can ever define. You are becoming real, and real is more powerful than perfect could ever be. Rule number 4, guard your energy like your life depends on it. Your energy is sacred. It is the force that fuels your vision, your healing, your connection to others, and your dreams. And yet, we often give it away too easily to people who don't value it, to habits that drain us, to environments that suffocate our spirit. But the truth is, you cannot become who you're meant to be if you keep allowing the world to deplete your light. You must learn to protect your peace, not out of fear, but out of deep respect for your own soul. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It is survival. It is standing at the gates of your heart and choosing what gets to enter and what must be turned away. It means creating boundaries, not to push people away, but to protect the most vulnerable, tender parts of yourself that deserve safety and rest. Your joy, your clarity, your focus, they all depend on how well you guard your energy each day. When you start preserving your inner light, you start shining brighter. You begin to attract people and experiences that align with your truth. You no longer waste time on proving your worth to others because you already live from a place of self-honor. And that's when life stops being a drain and starts becoming a dance. A dance with your own spirit, filled with ease, flow, and quiet power. Rule number 5, rise again, always, always rise. Every fall has a voice. It tells you to stay down, to give up, to believe that this is the end of your story. But within you lives another voice, quieter, softer, but stronger. It says, rise. No matter the weight on your shoulders, no matter how shattered your heart feels, there is still something inside you that refuses to give in. And that voice, that's your truth, that's your strength. That's your becoming. The world might break your heart, but it cannot break your spirit unless you let it. You may cry in silence, collapse in exhaustion, or feel like the storm will never pass, but even then you have a choice to breathe again, to stand again, to believe once more in the possibility of healing. Rising doesn't mean you're ready, it means you're willing. And that willingness is where miracles begin. Every time you rise, you reclaim a piece of yourself. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you rewrite the ending. And over time, those moments of rising, not the achievements, not the applause, become the truest testament of your victory. Because those who rise again and again, even with broken wings, are the ones who end up flying the highest. At the end of the day, winning life was never about crossing a finish line. It has always been about learning how to walk through the fire without losing the flame inside you. When you master your mind, you unlock the courage to face storms without running from them. When you live with purpose, you rise every day, not because life is easy, but because it's meaningful. And when you let go of perfection, you finally start living in your truth, not the version the world wants, but the version your soul silently longs for. These 5 rules are not commandments, they are invitations. Invitations to look inward, to rise from your own ashes, to say yes to your healing, your growth, your truth. Guard your energy because it carries your light. And your light was never meant to burn out just to keep others warm. Rise not once, but again and again until rising becomes your rhythm, until pain no longer paralyzes you, and until the world starts seeing the fire that was never meant to die inside you. In the end, winning life is not about being stronger than others. It's about being stronger than the version of yourself that once wanted to give up. It's about choosing yourself every single day, especially on the days you feel forgotten. It's about showing up for your dreams even when your hands are trembling. Because the truth is, the real victory isn't about reaching the top. It's about never letting go of your will to rise, your right to evolve, and your promise to keep walking, no matter how many times you've been broken on the way.